Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder, the place where we decode the confusing language of corporate finance and make it simple for you to understand. Today we're diving into Trustmark Corporation's latest SEC filing, where it seems like they're playing a little bit of organizational musical chairs with their bank. Get ready because Trustmark Corporation, or what we know as TRMK on the NASDAQ, has just filed a report that tells us about a pretty interesting move. It's an 8K form, which is usually for announcing big sudden changes. Think of it as the company shouting out its most important news. So what's the big news? Well, it looks like Trustmark National Bank, which is the main banking part of Trustmark Corporation, has gotten the go-ahead from the Federal Reserve. What does that mean? It means they're going from being a national bank supervised by a different group, the Office of the Comptroller of the Currency, to being a member of the Federal Reserve System. It's like changing your membership at the gym, but way more impactful for a bank. This whole process kicked off because Trustmark National Bank, or TNB as they call it, asked the Mississippi Department of Banking and Consumer Finance if they could switch from being a national bank to a bank chartered right there in Mississippi. Imagine a company deciding to change its state of incorporation, but for a bank it's a bit more complex because it involves different regulatory bodies and different rules. The Federal Reserve has given them the thumbs up to join their system. Now, this doesn't mean the change is fully complete. They are still waiting for final approval from Mississippi. So right now, TNB is still a national bank, but they've taken a big step towards becoming a Mississippi chartered bank. It's a bit like getting pre-approved for a loan, but you still need the final paperwork. Trustmark Corporation's stock, ticker TRMK, is traded on the NASDAQ Global Select Market, which is a pretty prestigious place to be listed. This move could have implications for how they operate and how they are regulated going forward. Being part of the Federal Reserve System means they'll be following a different set of rules and might have access to different services that the Fed provides to its member banks. The report is signed by Thomas C. Owens, the Treasurer and Principal Financial Officer. This tells us it's an official update straight from the company's financial leadership. The date on the filing is July 28, 2025, but this report is about an event that happened on July 24, 2025. That's pretty standard for these kinds of announcements, giving companies a few days to get all the official paperwork filed after a significant event. There aren't detailed financial tables in this specific 8K filing. Usually 8K reports are for material events, not for the quarterly or annual financial breakdowns. Those come in other forms like the 10Q or 10K. This filing is purely about this regulatory status change, so we don't have numbers on revenue, profit, or any of that here. But what does this really mean for Trustmark Corporation? It signifies a strategic shift in their banking operations. By converting TNB to a Mississippi chartered bank and becoming a member of the Federal Reserve System, they might be seeking greater operational flexibility, different regulatory oversight, or perhaps even better access to liquidity and financial services from the Federal Reserve. It's a move that suggests they're charting a course to perhaps align their banking structure more closely with their home state's regulations and potentially tap into resources available to member banks. We don't have deep financials in this report, but this is a crucial step in their long-term strategy. The pending application with the Mississippi Department of Banking and Consumer Finance is the next big hurdle. If approved, it will complete this transition. We'll have to keep an eye on future filings to see if this change leads to any measurable impact on their financial performance or how they conduct business. It's important to remember what this type of filing doesn't tell us. It doesn't give us insight into whether the bank is performing well or poorly, if they're making more money, or if their customer base is growing. This 8K is strictly about a change in their regulatory framework. Thinking about Trustmark Corporation, they operate in the banking sector, which is heavily regulated anyway. These kinds of changes, while appearing technical, can have real downstream effects on how efficiently they can operate, how much capital they need to hold, and how they can expand their services. It's a strategic decision, and the market will likely be watching to see if it pays off. For now, Trustmark Corporation is navigating the complex world of banking regulations, aiming to recharter its main subsidiary. It's a move that shows they are actively managing their corporate structure and regulatory relationships. Alright, that's our quick decode of Trustmark Corporation's latest announcement. What do you think about this strategic shift for the bank? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. If you found this breakdown helpful, give us a like and make sure to subscribe so you don't miss our future corporate dives. Also, join our Discord community through the link in the description for more in-depth discussions. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time on Corporate Decoder.